Hi guys, welcome to Everybody Arts. This is a long video I've been working on, so I really want to take this moment to apologize for not having something out on Friday for our Let's Draw Friday. That's the video that this is actually. I was doing a video for a drawing challenge. It's called Mermay this month. For the entire month of May, it's a famous animator. His name was Tom Bancroft. He created this challenge called Mermay, and you basically draw a new picture every day of a mermaid, or two or three or whatever, whatever your creation or your imagination comes up with. But they give you prompts, one for each day of the month, and it's on their Instagram. Their official Instagram page is Mermay_official. It's pretty cool. They do it every year. They started about 3 years ago. It's a fun way to get creative and have fun and get the art community together and support each other. So art challenges are awesome. They do another one in October called Inktober. That's a lot of fun. So I love art challenges. Those are great. So yeah, I apologize for that's what we're doing now. That's what I'm working on right now, is the Mermay drawing. I wasn't able to get it out in time, and it's not fair to you guys if I'm giving you lame, cheap, quick videos. I want to spend some time on them. And today's, I'm actually going to spend quite a bit of time on a bunch of different things, all pertaining to the same picture, but I'm going to do a bunch of different things for that picture. I'm going to use my iPad this week to draw, but I'm also going to print out the picture that I drew and color it with a variety of different things. I wanted to talk for a minute about the way I'm drawing this week. I started out drawing on my iPad using a stylus, which is a fancy name for a digital pen, which is what I have right here. This is an Apple Pencil that I use on the iPad. Sometimes you can get like really cheap ones to use on your phones, but again, it's just a regular stylus. I'm going to just tell you about the different types of programs there are and what I use them for. And again, this is just for this particular project. I'm not going to use this all the time. I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of insight into how I work on the iPad and on my computer. The first part of my drawing I did in a pixel-based art program. Pixel-based art programs are where everything is made up of individual dots or pixels. You've heard of DPI, that's dots per inch, or pixels per inch. PPI is pixels per inch. Let me see. I used a pixel-based art program for when I make videos a lot, because in the order that I drew it, it records it, and I can send that out as a video. So that's what I did when I was making my movies, and that's actually how I did the opening for every video that I do for the Everybody Arts animation opening. That's just the video of me drawing the opening image, the logo for our channel. And if you look, every once in a while there'll be a little hand in the corner down on the bottom, or an old logo up on the top, and I was using those to grab color from so that I could color the logo the way I wanted to. That's not like I was copying. I was just actually grabbing colors from it and using those to color around. So it's kind of neat. I was talking to my son. He's like, no, leave them in there. That's kind of cool to have, to see little pieces of the way you work. And I said, okay. So vector drawing programs. I love vector drawing. Vector drawing is based in mathematics, and you don't have to freak out when I say math. I'll put down a couple of points on the iPad, and it makes a mathematical curve. If anybody's ever heard of CAD, it's the same thing. But I can make my drawings really, really small. Like if I draw it on a postcard-sized screen, I can blow that up to the size of a building, and it would still look the same. It would not change the edge of the curve. Now, if you notice in a lot of pixel-based programs, when you see something get bigger, it tends to look jagged. You don't have any jaggies or pixelated looks when you're using vector-based artwork, because it's all figured out by the computer along a mathematical curve or mathematical line. The computer figures all of that out for you, how big or how small that stuff is supposed to be. I'm going to stop at some point and show you some things in these programs about how those things work. So in the pixel-based program, I did my my rough drawing, and that'll go really quick. I'll just show that to you as a video, and it'll kind of speed through it. And then I'll just show you a couple of quick things about the vector program, how I make my curves, how the curves are moved around and stuff. Maybe a little bit about layers, things like that. So we're gonna get started. I just wanted to show you really quick the difference between vector and pixel-based programs. Right now I'm just going to do a really, I'm going to try to draw a very clean line. Okay, this is pixel-based. And if I zoom in really quick, the more I zoom in, the more I can see the jagged stair step type thing. It looks great right there. But if you get really close, you can see all those jagged lines. Now, I'm going to go, okay, let's zoom in on this real quick. And let's draw another line, just with a brush, simple brush, pressure controller, good. Okay, here we go. Now, if I get really close, I can get as close as I possibly want. I don't think I can get any closer to that. I can't tell if I'm getting any closer to that. See how there's no jagged line? My iPad is telling it right now. When I pull out, you could see it was like wigging out for a second because it was just the preview that it was showing. But yeah, it knows where the curves are and things because it has these nodes on it. I'll show you what a node is real quick. These are little nodes, okay? Let's ignore all this stuff here. These nodes, I can click on one, and these all have handles, which I can use to move around and change the curve. I can also pull this out and change it just like this. Change all of these just by moving around the nodes and the handles on those nodes. And this curve is created by just math, numbers. You know, it remembers what the angle or how far out this handle is, where this is in space, where that is in space, and how far that is. I don't know exactly how it is, so if I have this way wrong, I apologize to somebody that is an expert in it. I completely covered up everything that I was working on to put this stuff on here. And I did that by adding a layer. The squiggle and that blue background were on one layer. I can turn that layer off so I can see everything underneath. And I can turn it back on. I can also take this layer and I can drag it behind other things. Like this. And there's some dude I put out there swimming, which I'm probably going to get rid of because he looks pretty pitiful. But I can drag it behind a couple of other things too. I can also, again, turn it completely off. I can turn her off or on. That dude, since I said I didn't like him, I'm just going to leave that off. This thing is disturbing, so I'm going to delete that whole thing, and it's gone. Right now, what I'm going to do is, we're just going to do a little bit of this, finish doing some line work, and then I'll see you when I'm done with that. All right, thanks.